This is another book that you can choose to read for literature circles. It's called The Raven Boys by Maggie Stiefvater. And it is fiction with a little bit of fantasy mixed in. It feels pretty realistic most of the time, but then there's weird pieces. I'm going to read the back to you. So it says, every year, Blue Sargent stands next to her clairvoyant mother as the soon-to-be dead walk past. Blue never sees them until this year, when a boy emerges from the dark and speaks to her. His name is Gansey, and he's a rich student at Aglenby, the local private school. Blue has a policy of staying away from Aglenby boys, known as Raven Boys. They can only mean trouble. But Blue is drawn to Gansey in a way she can't entirely explain. He is on a quest that has encompassed three other Raven Boys: Adam, the scholarship student who resents the privilege around him; Ronan, the fierce soul whose emotions range from anger to despair; and Noah, the taciturn watcher who notices many things but says very little. For as long as she can remember, Blue has been warned that she will cause her true love to die. She doesn't believe in true love and never thought this would be a problem. But as her life becomes caught up in the strange and sinister world of the Raven Boys, she's not so sure anymore. And here is page 1 of the first chapter. It was freezing in the churchyard, even before the dead arrived. Every year, Blue and her mother, Mara, had come to the same place, and every year it was chilly. But this year, without Mara here with her, it felt colder. It was April 24th, St. Mark's Eve. For most people, St. Mark's Day came and went without a note. It wasn't a school holiday. No presents were exchanged. There were no costumes or festivals. There were no St. Mark's Day sales. No St. Mark's Day cards in the store racks. No special television programs that aired only once a year. No one marked April 25 on their calendar. In fact, most of the living were unaware that St. Mark even had a day named in his honor. But the dead remembered. As Blue sat shivering on the stone wall, she reasoned that at the very least, it wasn't raining this year. Every St. Mark's Eve, this was where Mara and Blue drove, an isolated church so old that its name had been forgotten. The ruin was cupped in the densely wooded hills outside of Henrietta, still several miles from the mountains proper. Only the exterior walls remained. The roof and floors had long ago collapsed inside. What hadn't rotted away was hidden under hungry vines and rancid-smelling saplings. The church was surrounded by a stone wall, broken only by a lych gate, just large enough for a coffin and its bearers. A stubborn path that seemed impervious to weeds led through the old church door. This was one that I really came to like. The narration of the book swaps around from her that you just heard reading there, and then the Raven Boys, I think mostly Gansey. I really like this one, and I do recommend it.